We're seeing these terrorist attacks happening across the world by people who are telling us what they're going to do, and then they do it. The
Mm.
problem is security. The problem is safety for all of us. And the other problem is we're not condemning these hate groups for what they are.
That's a very important point you raise, I think, about they're telling us what they're going to do. And we see this in my country in Britain, we've seen the marches supporting nominally supporting Gaza. Many people openly supporting Hamas, and they're chanting the Free Palestine, same as the killer did in Washington, D.C. And it seems to me that the legacy media, they seem to have this idea that when chanting Intifada or from the river to the sea, they're giving them the most generous interpretation of what they mean by those phrases. And it's an interpretation that wouldn't be afforded to any other group. And that strikes me as strange that these people who say they're marching for something, but the something is very clearly a direct call for violence against the Jewish community. And so why do you think it gets downplayed so much? Because these terror attacks, as you say, and it was a terror attack. So what you find is that you've got this whole large movement, and then it's pushing the idea of intifada and violence, and they seem surprised when it happens.
Well, this is one of the things that the Islamicization
Mm.
of the West has done so strategically and so brilliantly in terms of taking violent movements, focusing on the rhetoric, and using the rhetoric to manipulate people who might not otherwise be violent until they can possibly become
Mm.
violent themselves. The Islamist movements understood that they cannot only present the violence of the Islamist intifada, jihad, terror agendas of bullying tactics to murder anybody who's not just like them, which includes Jews, Christians, Israelis, Druze, Bahai, Buddhists, Hindus, secular Muslims. All of those people are infidels according to them and deserve to die. So within their own countries and within the regions that they dominate and control, they're able to openly engage in violence and slaughter people.